Oscillation is a free program made by Work, enabling you to control and program your LightMouse devices, which is available in 3 versions: Oscillation 512, 6 and RGB. Oscillation is a great tool for programming lighting scenes or shows, and also running video or audio in any location, such as restaurants, commercial areas or bars. It can also be used to schedule events throughout the day or week. As an example, some lights can be turned off and an automatic "this shop will be closing in 5 minutes" video and audio event can be run daily at a time you specify. This program works great with the Work LightMouse devices. The LM3 is a simple Ethernet to DMX converter, the LM4 has an inbuilt LED driver reducing the number of devices needed in the system, and the LM5 has a fully featured DMX player and recorder with built-in memory, meaning that the shows and scenes you program are stored directly inside the device. All these devices connect directly to your existing computer network, requiring no drivers, and can be programmed via the 3 possible Oscillation programs on PC or on iPhone and iPad using TouchOSC. Let's take a look at how to use the Oscillation programs. So here you have the basic layout of Oscillation 512. So on the top left here we have the shows, which are colour changes and anything, I'll call it dynamic, with fades and pauses and so on and so forth. And underneath are the scenes. Now the scenes are made up, are what's used to make up the shows. So let's say show 1 could be scene 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and a second fade between each one. Now on the right here, at the top, there's the DMX output section, which will show how the state of each channel. In this case we've got channel 1, 2 and 3 with a fixture connected, and at the moment it's not working yet because we have to connect a device. So to do that we'll go into View and select Devices, and you'll see here that the network and the program has automatically detected this LM5, and it shows here all the information such as its IP and its service port and so on and so forth, and we just have to click on Activate. So we close this window and you'll now see that on channel 1 I have red, on channel 2 I have green, and on channel 3 I have blue. So let's try recording a basic show. So what we have to do to start with is go to File, then go to Edit Mode, and we'll select Show 1, as this is where we're going to store our first memory. So we'll start with red, raising that up, and we'll give it a time of, let's say, 1 second to fade and 1 second to stand. Now the stand time is how much time it pauses in red. So instead of just blending from red to the next colour, it should wait 1 second in red before it changes. So we just press record, and then we can add a scene, and let's drop that down from red and change it to green, and again we'll add a stand of, let's say, 2 seconds this time, and a fade of 3 seconds as an example, and record. Now if we set everything back to 0, we'll go back to live mode, select show 1, press play. This should start fading through, as you can see there, and this will just repeat non-stop. Now while we're playing, we've activated the speed multiplier. Now what we can do is we can drag this to the right, and the fade times will take longer. As you can see, we multiply by this number here, or if we drag it to the left, we'll speed up and it will become faster. So in this case 1 second would become 1/3 of a second. So we'll put that back to the center and reset everything. Now we can stop that show and we can have a look at the scenes. So if we select scene 1, which was the first, which was just red, and press play, you'll see that comes back, and also we can select 2 and play, and that jumps to the green. So let's say we'd like to run a video or lighting show at the same time every day. We can go to View, Event Scheduler, and we'll open up this window. We can select New Event, and here will appear the option to either select a show, which would be a lighting scene show that we've already recorded, or launch media. In this case I'm going to try launch media. So we select the time. Now it's currently 15:08, so I'll put in 15:10 to give us time to set it up. And here we can select which days it runs on, so all days, or for example, just Saturday. I'll reactivate those, and in here in details, we choose what to do. So in this case, I'll be running this video, and these options here give you the option to play with audio or without, and with video or without. In this case, I'll be running with audio and with video. Here we can set the size and location of the video, which would be very useful if you're using an LED screen, or to just run full screen on, say, a second window output of a computer. There's a few other options here, such as loop the output, so the video could just play continuously for however long you've programmed, or execute an entire folder where it'll play through a list of videos. Anyway, we'll close this, and as we have a minute left, we'll press execute events, close the window, and we shall wait. And as you can see, the video's loaded up in the top left corner and at 373 by 214 pixels as we stipulated in the settings. Now, if you would like to save the program you've created, we can go into Edit and select Memory Management and Backup Memory, and there we have the option to save our show file as a binary file on the computer for later use. So I will call this show1 and save that. And this progress bar will pass across, and that's it done. You can also load a previously saved show from Edit, Restore Memory, and we can select this show1, which is the one we've been working on, and press open, and this will send it to the LM5 ready to use. If you need to start with an empty show, again, Edit, Memory Management, and Clear Device Memory. So in this case, all memories are now empty, there's nothing in there, so we shall now load the previous memory in the Restore Memory menu, selecting show1 and open. And now, as you can see, I can select show1, press play, and the show will start playing again. We also have two other versions of Oscillation available. The first is Oscillation 6, which is on the left, and Oscillation RGB on the right. At first glance, they both look very similar, and they both have 8 show memories that can be recorded, the grandmaster and speed control. But if we select the program page, you'll see that Oscillation 6 will control 6-channel devices, and Oscillation RGB 3-channel RGB devices such as LED power cans or LED strips. We can use these pages to record any shows, and as an example, I've connected the LM5 to Oscillation RGB, and you'll see that just by using the color mixer, we can select any color we like and record it into the show number 1, for example. And just as in our Oscillation 512, you can edit the color and record the scene again. And then return to the show, press play, and it'll start its fade. Oscillation 512 can also be used to update the firmware on your LM devices. Here under View and Devices, you'll see I currently have an LM3R connected. This can be done easily pressing Update and then just confirming that you will not be disconnecting the network or power while doing this. So we'll click Yes.